Me telling someone about myself on a first date.
As far as my life goals, I try to be a better man each and every day than I was the day before. I spend my life serving my community. I do my best to serve the good Lord.
Me when someone questions why I like pineapple on pizza.
My choice! My choice! My choice! My choice!
And this is me giving it my best shot at being a successful fragrance YouTuber. Hello folks, welcome back to the show. So we're going to talk today about, well, you know what, we're taking a slightly new direction on the channel here. Still, it's very much a fragrance channel, but I'm calling this no longer part of the fragrance community, but we are now the winning at life community. So the idea here, folks, is how we can pick nice fragrances in the context of making ourselves the best version of ourselves, or at least a better version of ourselves every day, all right? So we're talking a little bit about other things we can do in the way that we dress, in the way that we eat, in the way that we look after ourselves to make ourselves better men, or women too, but I know mainly this is a men's fragrance channel, but anyone's welcome here, any age. Guys, let me know what you think about that. If you like the new direction, still a fragrance channel essentially, just with a slightly different emphasis, please subscribe to the channel, okay? So we're going to get stuck into this. I've got 3 great fragrances here for the summertime, or any time of year that you want to smell fresh, and I've also got some other things what have been on my mind, okay? So with the other channels out there, you know, you've got this huge fragrance community online. A lot of people do consume fragrance videos now. Some huge channels there, which are very successful, and I really respect all of them. But of course, it's getting very, very, very tiresome. We have so many videos now, endless lists, and this is the only way you seem to be able to build a successful channel. So you got, you know, how can you really put any value in a video that someone makes about, you know, the 10 fragrances you need to get compliments, when you know damn well there'll be another 10 fragrances, more or less exactly the same theme, mildly different title, the next day or the day after. Doesn't it devalue anything that they're saying? I mean, who really needs, you know, 100 fragrances mentioned on these channels in an average week? I mean, how can these be the best or the fragrances you really need to? It's just ridiculous. It has become a really rather farcical community with content that is exceedingly dull to me. So we're trying something different here on the channel. Let's get stuck into it. Okay, so first of all, I will give you some fragrance content. So here's a great fragrance that we don't hear much about. And also, I'll be trying to focus on fragrances that are less obvious than some of what the other channels churn out. I really like Royal Water from Creed, a 1997 release. It's an exquisite citrus aromatic fragrance. I'll give you the note listing for this one. By the way, price-wise, it's not cheap. 100ml in the UK, £245, 50ml, £185. So we do have some affordable fragrances coming up.
Do not forget to go to myfragrancesamples.com for your fragrance samples in the USA and Canada and Puerto Rico. There's a link in the description. It is my recommended place with an amazing range of designer and niche scent. The best place to get your fragrance samples in North America.
Citruses in the opening: mint, juniper berries, basil, musk and ambergris. Absolutely exquisite balance of Creed's famous ambergris accord with zesty citrus, a little bit of that fruity kind of juniper berry vibe, greenness coming from the basil, and an exquisite twist of mint leaf. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, refined, elegant fragrance for a man or a woman, just perfect for a spring or summer's evening or daytime. I get good longevity. I love the opening, and I particularly love the dry down on this. Creed Royal Water, really a good one. Wear it in the springtime or the summertime, but again, unlike other reviewers, it really isn't the case that you must only wear certain things in spring and summer, and you must wait for the winter to crack open these fragrances. Wear it when you like. It's up to you. By the way, don't forget Gravitas Essentia, available now in the USA, UK and Canada. Link in the description. The amazing follow-up from my brand Norton & Wilson to Gravitas Pour Homme. It is amazing stuff. Now, let me tell you folks, here's another thing you might want to think about, apart from smelling good, and this is, I do different stuff each episode here. Well, let's talk about our weight. I'll assume we're mostly talking to men here, but men and women, okay? A big problem, most of my audience is over 30, over 35 type of thing, and let's be honest folks, a lot of us men are over that kind of age. We're generally, I'm pretty sure the vast majority, certainly in the Western countries, are carrying excess weight, including me a little bit at the moment. So one of the best things you can do to help yourself, not just smell good, but to feel good and be a better person, the best person of you that you can, and the best version of yourself that you can be, is to make sure your body is in a reasonably healthy weight. And that ain't that easy, guys. So there is a thing called the BMI, the Body Mass Index, and a vast number of people watching this are probably a little bit over what their ideal BMI range would be. So there is basically a very simple formula. You can go online, type in body mass index and check mine or whatever, and you basically just enter your height and your weight, and there really ain't a lot more to it. And the number that comes out when it does this calculation, you're supposed to be between 18.5 and 24.9 on this index, okay? I don't know what those units measure, but okay, basically, guys, I mean, if you're down at the 18.5, you probably look like, an Olympic long distance runner. So you don't need to be that thin, okay? But if you can get somewhere inside just under that 24.9 goal, you're probably doing great, okay? So I'm not going to tell you how to do that. It's pretty obvious, but it involves eating less and exercising more. That's how you lose weight. You need to have more calories going out than are coming in to lose a little bit of weight. So getting some exercise is really important. That will help you feel better in your mind too. And also, things like drinking. I drink more beer than I ought to. That's a lot of empty calories. So if you drink a lot of alcohol, that's something you can easily, it's one of the easiest ways to cut down your weight if you cut out a lot of alcohol. But of course, not easy to do if you're very much used to enjoying it. So this is something I encourage everybody to have a go at. Let's see. I'm going to try and lose a few kilograms over the summer this year. Let's see if we can work on it together. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Another great fragrance for you folks. Terracotta, Guerlain Terracotta. I found this online in the UK today. £46.40 for 100ml. Amazing value. Thierry Vasseur, the perfumer. Marketed towards women. Absolutely great for men or women. It's a jasmine-centric fragrance for me, okay? The notes in this one, tiara flower, coconut, bergamot, jasmine, ylang ylang, orange blossom, vanilla and musk. So an absolutely exquisite jasmine. If you think of kind of spring blossom on the trees, if you think of being on an exotic holiday where there's some nice flora and fauna, it gives you that lovely vibe of going out in the evening with your freshly bronzed skin and looking smart and looking forward to a great evening. It's a great, beautiful aroma. A little bit of that subtle sweetness and powderiness. It's to do with a kind of makeup line, so the powderiness kind of works. Guerlain famous for that. Absolutely great if you love a floral, citrusy, powdery fragrance. Completely fine for men, in my view. Some people may find it a tiny bit feminine due to the floral nature. I don't think it matters. Just don't worry about that stuff. It's, labels are just, they're worthless things many times in life. Okay, another little thing then. I do like the watches. I think wearing a good wristwatch can help you to have something else that you can have fun with. Maybe collect and buy a couple or 3 or 4. And I think wristwatches are just fun. They add a nice little finishing touch to any outfit. And I think that anyone who just doesn't wear a watch, it's a missed opportunity for a man to have a fun accessory. We can't you can wear earrings if you want to, that's fantastic. You can wear all manner of jewellery and rings if you like. Many of us men don't feel comfortable to do that, but a wristwatch is a completely, undebatably okay kind of accessory to have. I've got a great one on today. It's the Rolex GMT Master, a bit of B-roll there, and you've got a lovely faded bezel. Mine is from 1999. This is an expensive watch, and it tracks the time in 2 time zones because you rotate the bezel. There's an extra hand that you see there which can tell you the time in, let's say, New York, depending how you rotate the bezel, and it will track that accurately, also telling you the time in your own country and in your own company too. Do we need that in this day and age when we can easily look it up on the internet? Probably not, but you know what? It's a kind of a fun thing that they did there. It's what they call a tool watch, designed for airline pilots. A very attractive design. Famous people who wore this include Tom Selleck in Magnum P.I. Also, Marlon Brando in the film Apocalypse Now, although his had the bezel removed. And in fact, funnily enough, Fidel Castro and Che Guevara used to like wearing this. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, interesting stuff there. Let me know what you think about the wristwatches. Finally, great fragrance for you folks. Gentleman Givenchy Cologne. Okay, flanker to the original Gentleman Givenchy, it has the distinctive iris note that one had, and it is an absolutely exquisite fragrance. 2019 release. Natalie Lawson and Olivier Crest were the perfumers. £36.95. Bergamot, lemon, petitgrain, iris, vetiver, rosemary, and Broxton musk. Beautiful citrus with a kind of fresh linen, waxy iris thing in there. A unique kind of accord that you can really recognise once you know how it smells. A silkiness mixed with citrus freshness. Absolutely great for the summertime. A modern fragrance that anyone can wear anytime, man or woman, but it's marketed obviously to men because that's why it's called Gentleman in it. So let me know what you think about those 3 fragrances. Have you tried them? Do you like them? Please subscribe if you enjoyed what I did there. I've done something a little bit different. It's still evolving. We're still finding our feet here, but it's part of a new direction. Am I still part of the fragrance community? Well, I'll keep a close eye on the fragrance community, and this is still very much, let's be honest, still a fragrance channel, but with something a little bit more, because we are now part of the Winning at Life community. Join me. I will leave it there. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes life may stink, at least we can always smell Good. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.